Hey guys, I'm Samantha Sanchez, a physical therapy intern from Velez College, and today we'll be attempting to make finger extension splints using materials we can find at home. So here's the first splint that I made of popsicle sticks and Velcro. So to wear one, let's say I will wear it on my middle finger. So this would be the alignment of the thingy. So I'm just clasping the velcros at the bellies of in between each joint, and I'm closing the big piece of velcro for the mid palmar section of the splint. So as you can see, it works the splint. So if I had a burn on the underside of my or on the volar side of my palm, so this splint keeps it free and open and extended, so that when the scar tissue is forming, it doesn't form a contracture. Because tendency is, if we have a burn on the palmar side of our hands, then we continuously keep our fists closed, the scar formation would contract, and that would hinder us from opening our hands later on during our therapy. So an extension splint would be useful to keep our fingers and palms open. See, it's hard to bend. Oops.
You will need decorative tape, glue, popsicle sticks, a pair of scissors, and Velcro. Start by measuring out the popsicle stick from the base of the nail to the base of the metacarpals and cut off the excess. You will need 2 pieces of this popsicle stick. Cover the other popsicle stick with decorative tape. This will be the top and exposed part of the splint. Cut off the excess tape to keep it clean. Next, with the plain popsicle stick, measure out or mark the middle of the bellies or the phalanges, and also the middle of the metacarpal. This will be where we will glue our Velcro. Next, measure a piece of soft Velcro for each landmark and add about a 1/4 inch of allowance. Cut the Velcro pieces half lengthwise for each finger strap. Check to see if each finger strap fits perfectly. Next, using glue, we will be gluing the center of the Velcro, fuzzy side face down on the marked popsicle sticks. Now glue the 2 popsicle sticks together with the Velcro in between. Here I'm placing clips in the popsicle sticks just to help the glue stick them together. Next, cut out 3 pieces of 1 cm by 1 cm sized rough Velcro for the 3 finger straps, and 0.75 inch by 0.75 inch rough Velcro for the mid palmar strap, and glue them together, flat side to flat side on one end of the soft Velcro. And when it's done, it's time to remove the clips and fit the splint on either finger. So here I am showing you how to apply the splint by yourself. This can be worn on any finger except the thumb. So make sure that the straps aren't too loose that it would fall off, or too tight that it could occlude the blood flow to the finger. Then make sure that the popsicle stick doesn't go beyond the nail bed so that it's easy to check for capillary refill. So there you go, that's the first splint that we've done today.
So the next splint that I made is this wearable ring version, and it goes on individual joints. So for example, I'd like to keep this joint extended. I'd like to keep my proximal joint and the ring finger extended. I would then wear this one. Make sure that this centerpiece is on the joint and keep it open. So it has difficulty bending on that joint. See, it's also pretty. It's so pretty.
We'll need round nose pliers, tape measure, 16 gauge beaded wire, and different types of cylinders. So let's start by cutting about a 35 centimeter piece of wire and bending the end upward. This will be the starting point of the top of the joint that is extended. Okay, then I'm using here a handle that I found in the kitchen, and I'm bending it to shape of the belly that is proximal to the joint. And I will loop it back to the starting point like so. Next, I will try to wrap the wire around the distal belly of the joint and then loop it back up to the starting point. So as you can see, I'm using many different types of cylinders just so that I could mimic the shape of my finger. So once I have reached the starting point again, I will wrap it the same way that I did the first time, just so that I could give extra stability to the ring. So it is like mimicking a figure of 8. So I did have a hard time trying to mimic the figure of 8, mainly because I have very sweaty hands and the wire is kind of rigid. The wire is quite thick. It is a gauge 16, and according to some articles I read online, the best gauge for rings is gauge 16. So I stood my ground and just struggled a bit, but I was able to shape it. As you can see, with a little hard work and patience, we can get the shape that we want. So right about here, I've already cut the excess wire, and I'm going to insert the wire under the other wire just so that it would be more secure, and of course bend it upwards to lock it in place. So now it's time to clean up the ends of the wire, and I will do that by bending it to the side and turning it against itself using a plier. And after that, I would just be pushing the knot against the table just to flatten it out and hide the sharp edges. Make sure there aren't sharp edges to ensure the comfort of the patient. So there you go. That's my ring version of an extension splint. So make sure that when you're wearing the ring, the knot is on top of the joint and the loops are around the belly to keep it secure. So there you go. Those were my extension splints. I hope you guys learned something today. Thank you for watching.